KMACtion takes over your ears and eyeballs here inside of Fredericktown for a matinee showdown between the conference leading scorer Callie Carpenter and the Freddies and the Ella Proper-led Danville Blue Devils, and you can only find it right here on the 08 Report, streaming anywhere where internet can be found. And it's all on the way next.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Good afternoon, folks, and welcome inside of the Park National Bank pregame show. Alongside Joshua Banks, I am Brian Skoronsky, and got a fun matchup. We got a couple of the middle-of-the-pack teams here within the KMAC, and looking to end some short losing streaks. So I think for both of these teams, that there's going to be a lot of effort, energy given out here, trying to get back on the winning pathway.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Danville's coming off a very tight loss to Cardington. They suffered just this past weekend. And you see these Freddies getting healthy. So what can they bounce back and have for the rest of the season as they start to get healthy?
Let's dive a little bit deeper inside of Danville and what they've been able to do so far this season. As you mentioned, they just lost a tough one to Cardington, dropped the game before that on the road against Madison as well. So they're kind of searching for some late season confidence right now, and they feel like coming in here on enemy territory against a young Freddy squad, this could be a game where they do get back to their winning ways.
Absolutely. You know, two really tough losses, you know, a really good Madison team and a very talented Cardington team that now leads the KMAC. They lose by one. I think the biggest thing we look for in Danville, and we see it right here on your screen, shooting almost 70% from the free throw line.
It's big.
I mean, what more can you ask for from high school basketball, especially on the girls' side?
And you can't ask a ton more from a young lady like Jalen Workman, definitely having a solid senior season, and she's responsible for lots of the leadership. As you look down the roster, she's the only 12th grader.
Only senior on the team. She's averaging almost a double-double, top 5 in the conference in rebounds and points. At your senior leader, she has to step up and play big in today's game.
Yeah, definitely look for Workman to get to work inside of the painted area this afternoon to try to score a big win. On the other side for Fredericktown, the lineup getting a major addition with the return of their only senior in Grace Sipes. It's a super young team. Should be able to see them get better and better down the stretch here as they start getting healthy, as you mentioned.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think it'll be a big improvement for them getting Grace back. You know, we've seen a lot of games for them this year where the freshman Ella Boughton has been their primary ball handler. So you'll see Grace as that senior probably step back into that ball handling role, take some pressure off the freshman and help get the ball spread around a little bit more.
Yeah, that could really re-energize them to get their senior point guard back on the floor and getting the offense running up to the capability that they know it can. Well, Callie Carpenter, she's definitely done a nice job with Sipes out. She's the top scorer in the league, and this is just a girl that can look for her own shot. Sometimes it'll be tough in the girls' game to have someone that wants to take control. Certainly, Callie never shies away from that.
She leads the conference in scoring at 14.5 a game. She's top 10 in assists and steals, plays great defense. The biggest thing about Callie that I've seen is she's not afraid to shoot the 3-ball, and she knocks it down at a very high clip when she does shoot it.
And especially playing here at home in the friendly confines, look for Callie Carpenter to come up huge this afternoon. All right, break it down for me. Give me a key for Fredericktown to get a victory here on their home surface. Joshua, how do they get it done?
They have got to play within themselves. You're getting your senior leader back. Show them what that means to you. Show them what you're about.
And I think you got to show them what you're about. 10, of course, a little play on the last name of 2 of their studs. You certainly got to see what you can get out of Jill and Ella this afternoon and live life in the fast lane. Easy buckets for any team, of course. They're a big boost, but especially playing at home, I feel like if they can get some defensive turnovers, they got to cash them in at the other end. Those points in the fast break could be huge. And for Danville today, I think that you just got to go inside out. You got to work it into the interior. Probably going to have a little bit of an advantage in there in terms of the depth and the capabilities. But then have the patience to be able to kick it out and look for some long-range snipers, which I know is your key.
Yeah, long-range snipers. Kylie Hess, Brogan Stats, Ella Proper, they're all going to knock down that shot if you give them to them. Feed it into Workman. Let her kick it out to your shooters. Knock down those shots. You got a very good chance to end that losing streak.
Danville won the first meeting between these two over at their place, looking for a season sweep this afternoon. But Fredericktown, of course, they've got other plans with their senior leader returning to the lineup. So we are in store for a fun afternoon of KMACtion here in Freddie Country with Danville and Fredericktown laced up. They're about to go toe-to-toe. But first, like we always do, one of the best parts of any sporting event, we're going to honor our great country, the United States, with the playing of our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. Then we'll get things tipped off here in Fredericktown. And a great officiating crew on hand here, Joshua. I always like that these are some guys that they're going to let them play a little bit.
And that's what it comes down to in a lot of these girls' games. How much do they want to blow the whistle? How much do they want to impact the game? Let these girls play. Let the game play itself out.
We are just a couple of minutes away from tip-off. KMACtion going down here on a Saturday afternoon, and I always feel like for these games, Joshua, the first 5 minutes are really important because, 1 o'clock tip-off, did you stay up late the night before? It was a Friday. Do you have your full energy? Are you prepared to be out here? Or do you have to ease into the contest? Whoever can get off to a hot start, I think obviously it's going to favor them for the rest of the afternoon.
Absolutely. Turnovers are going to be key in those first 5 minutes. Who takes care of the ball, who gets the better shots. If you turn it over, give free layups, give wide open shots to your opponents, it's going to put you in a hole that you may not be able to dig yourself out of.
Let's meet the starting lineup now for Danville getting introduced here. And we're going to have Hess along with Stotts, Smith, Proper, and Workman rounding out the starting five. And, it's a solid unit. A couple of juniors in there. Got the sophomore and then Proper, a coach's kid that that you can rely on when she's out on the floor. She shoots it well, and she's got great command of the offense as well.
Yeah, she's a very talented point guard. She can get her shot whenever she wants to get her shot. I had the privilege of watching her play the other night against Cardington. And she's one of these point guards that when she wants to get somewhere on the court, she gets there, and she's going to put up her shot that she wants to put up when she wants to shoot it. It's a lot of fun to watch.
And over on the other side, the starting lineup for Fredericktown today, we're going to see Bellman joined by Carpenter, both Boughtons. And are we going to see the return of Grace Sipes to the starting lineup?
We absolutely are. It's going to be her first game back in the starting lineup, and that's going to be a big impact for them to have her come back into the lineup.
So Sipes, who's been out with, I think, a broken ankle or at least partially broken, and unfortunately, that happened for them before the season started. Travis Berardi and myself were actually over here at practice, and it happened to be right at the very end. She just came down, unfortunately, on somebody's foot, and those are the breaks. But give her some credit. We're just a couple of months removed from that. She's worked hard. She's done the rehab, and she's ready to have the rest of her senior season crumble the way that she wants it to on her own terms.
Yeah, from what I've heard from, players, coaches, teammates, she doesn't even play like she ever broke her ankle. She's right back to her normal self, ready to go, ready to play the game that she loves.
So that'll wrap up our Park National Bank pregame as we are ready for action here in what we're calling the Freddies Nest. I don't think they have an actual nickname for the gym, so maybe we'll provide that spark and it'll catch on.
Hey, we got to do something to help it out, right?
And you can help us out throughout the broadcast. If you're watching live and free today on either YouTube or Facebook, drop us some comments. We will read them throughout the duration of this event and definitely like to have that fan interaction. So let us know where you're watching from. Like to know who some of your favorite players are. What are your evening plans? What are you going to get into after this matinee showcase of KMACtion? I know that I'm definitely looking forward to some NFL football. There's some great NBA on the way, and more games on the OH Report. So it's all sports all the time, Joshua, and why not?
I mean, I think it really is for us all sports all the time. This Sipes is back in the starting lineup, already making her presence known with the steal.
Yeah, what a great sign for them. And, gosh, that's got to feel great for Gracie Sipes, as you see there on the Killbuck Savings Bank replay, coming up with the theft, pushing the pace, drawing an early foul here against Danville.
And that's going to be big for them. How does she push the pace? How much foul trouble do they end up getting themselves in?
Here is Sipes with the basketball, looking to make a decision. They'll swing it. Danville sitting back in a zone right now. Looks like a 2-1-2. So threes are going to be aplenty for the Freddies if they elect to take them. That's Jill Boughton off target there with the first.
That's something that Danville ran the other night against Cardington Lincoln as well, was this 1-2-1, 1-2-2 type zone.
And there's Sipes with her second theft already in the opening minute. Can they get some points? They will inside. Great find, and it's Carpenter.
It's the sister to Carpenter connection. A great pass by Ella to Jill, and then just a little touch pass down inside to Carpenter.
So Danville also looking to navigate against the zone pressure defense here by Fredericktown. Good-looking shot on the interior of the defense, but it's off target a little bit too strong there from Workman.
Everything you're supposed to do, though, is what Workman did. She got to the open spot in the zone, just couldn't quite finish with the right hand.
Now here's Kit switching other side now with Carpenter. Got Sipes off of the screen, off the flex cut. First shot, no bueno. And a foul on the reach in here. Nice rebound inside. Good block out from Smith.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job on the rebound, but I really enjoyed to see Sipes. She's not afraid to catch it and shoot it like we talked about, right back to where she was before she ever got hurt.
It's definitely a kid that, as the only senior of the group, everyone's kind of looking up to you. You're the commander on the floor for them, so awesome to see Gracie Sipes back in the lineup and already a difference maker. She's got those 2 steals in the early going. Danville matching. We're all square, good feed.
Same thing that the Freddies did on the other side. Wing, elbow, wide open layup.
Boughton, nice find. Carpenter had it swatted away momentarily by Hess. And now Danville will come away with the basketball.
Ella Proper does a great job finding the ball, pushing the ball, just threw it away there.
So the Freddies forced a turnover after they gave it away. Now here's Boughton to baby sister, baseline. Carpenter from the corner, trying to back her way in. Quick hands there from Hess, took it away.
Great job by Hess to not allow her to get to the lane.
Open 3 from the corner, nothing but net from Smith.
Catch and shoot by the sophomore.
And that's what you want to see. Didn't hesitate, no thought process. Just do with the muscle memory what you've done so many times at practice.
In today's day and age, I mean, that's what these kids want to do. They want to shoot the ball. They want to shoot the 3, the girls' level, the boys' level, whatever it may be. So that's something that I know they work on for numerous hours in the gym as Hess gets the steal.
Yeah, Sipes thought maybe she got hit. Transition, bucket, second chance, third chance, not there. And now Boughton with a rebound. And she dribbles her way out of the trees. So 2-on-3 here for the Freddies. Carpenter slowing things down. Now they've got Jill down on the block instead. It's a skip pass. Sipes, tough runner, but she buries it.
Gracie Sipes gets to the lane. That's a very difficult shot, but the senior's able to do what she does best.
There she's getting a paw on the basketball. Beautiful feed inside.
Ella Proper with the absolute laser beam to Workman down low.
Looks like we're going to get an official timeout as Jalen Smith maybe got a little bit of blood on her face. She got hit in the nose somewhere along the way. You don't see it there in that replay, so it must have occurred before that.
Before that, or maybe coming down the floor, somebody ran into her. As Sipes is wide open in the corner, she's not going to hesitate, and she's going to knock that one down.
Gracie Sipes, welcome back. 2 for 3 from the floor. And she leads all scorers now with 5 points here in the early portion as we're squared up 7 apiece, but not for long. Straight away, kaboom from Hess.
It's a 3-point shootout right now here in the first quarter.
And with these zone defenses, that's going to be what's available in open, Joshua. So it's up to these offensive players to capitalize on the open looks. So far, so good on both ends. Another clean feed inside, and Jill Boughton puts it home.
And what's been fun to watch here in the first 5 minutes of the game, like you talked about, the most important time is both of these teams, you know, they see the zone a lot in their conference, and they are navigating it very, very, very well to get open layups or open threes. It's a lot of fun to sit back and watch.
Danville with that 3-point cushion, trying to add to it here on this possession. As that pull-up J well off target. And it'll land out of play back over to the Freddies.
Proper got where she wanted to, just couldn't quite get enough mustard on the shot to knock it down.
Bellman to the top of the key. And would have been a tough catch there in traffic for Boughton. It's off her left hand.
This ball is going to stay down on this end with the Lady Freddies.
Sipes dumps it inside. Tough shot, spun out. Big battle in the interior, and it's eventually won here by the Devils.
As we see one of the other freshmen on this roster, Maya Bryant, get some time here in the first quarter.
Skip pass, they work it around the arena, and that's a good open three. The second time Hess has knocked it down from long range.
Hess is one of the better shooters they have on their roster. I got to witness that firsthand, and she is not afraid to shoot it today. 2 of 2 so far to start the afternoon from 3.
All 6 of her points coming from distance. Now Boughton along 2, halfway home. Boughton misfiring, still not able to find her mark in the early portion. Now here's Hess. Left-handed shot up and off the square for Workman.
Nobody stepped down to help in the zone they were in, and she just went up strong with her left hand and put it off the glass.
Largest lead for either side. It's a 6-point margin now for Danville. Carpenter looking to weave her way in, and she will, splitting the gap.
Callie Carpenter does really well at getting into the lane and normally finishes when she gets to the hoop, and she does a great job there.
Trap came down in the corner. Danville evades it, but they throw a bad pass inside. Hess gets picked off. Carpenter. Full steam ahead with the left hand. Back-to-back buckets.
There she is again. She got to the lane. This time it was with the left. That's something you love to see, is able to use both hands at the high school level.
And another challenging entry pass. This time it's thrown away by Stotts. And guess who? Carpenter again.
She don't miss inside the paint. She gets there, she's going to finish.
So the leading scorer in the league, already more than halfway to her season average. She's got 8. But Danville, back at the other end, regains the lead with Mickley.
And that's a great feed. Again, they get it inside to Workman. They step up to help. Minkley just sits in her spot on the block and catches and finishes with the layup.
Here's Carpenter, who's got the last 3 buckets for the Freddies. Got to check the clock down to 2 seconds. Boughton forces it up, and that'll take us to the end of 1. Danville leads so far on the road by a couple.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Back here at the Freddie Nest, a nice 6-0 run courtesy of Callie Carpenter has Fredericktown right back into this game, though they trail it by 2. Brian Skronsky, Joshua Banks with you here in the Freddie land, and it's been a lot of good back and forth action here in this KMAC conference showdown.
Yeah, and you see in the highlight that we're watching now, the replay, Callie Carpenter, I spoke in the pregame about her ability to shoot the ball. She can get to the lane at will, too, and she shows it right there with all those finishes.
It's going to be Fredericktown ball here to open up quarter number 2. And it's Sipes, double team. She swings it out. Here's the freshman from 3. Now the Lady Devils trying to attack on the offensive end. Fredericktown's been trapping on that wing basically the entire game so far.
Yeah, it's an interesting zone that they run. It's a trap on the wing, trap in the corner zone, which is when Danville gets a lot of their layups, is when they run that trap.
Gorgeous ball movement. The short corner, Jay, not available there for Mickley, and it's knocked out of bounds. And so we'll take another look. It's an awesome setup. You can't ask for a better look. Just misfiring there from Madison.
Yeah, you can't ask for anything better, but a great job by Brian on the box out to have that ball be knocked out over top of her. It's either going to be a foul call or it's going to be, as Carpenter's going to attempt a three, can't knock it down. Rebound by Minkley. Smith's looking to push. We're going to have an offensive foul on Smith. It's going to go the other way.
So a giveaway here by Danville as they were trying to get out in open space, 2-on-2. And just an excellent job by the defender, giving up the body, getting there, feet square, and getting possession right back.
As Gracie Sipes is going to sit down for the first time this afternoon, she drew that charge right there.
She's got a huge smile on her face as she goes over to the bench. Man, it's got to be such an excellent feeling. I can speak myself. I had a slight break in my ankle my senior season. I sat out only about 3 weeks, but when I came back, it felt so glorious to finally step foot on that floor. So I can definitely relate here to Gracie getting back into the action, getting to lead this squad.
And to see her energy and her enthusiasm, it's got to make her teammates feel better about the game too.
Dangerous pass, and it's going to be picked off. Mickley wasn't able to corral it and keep it in the field of play, so it's right back over to Fredericktown, a giveaway, and then they give it right back.
Great first quarter back and forth action. I think both teams need to just kind of relax a little bit, slow down, get back into their offensive game plan, because there's a lot of forced entry passes going on right now that have resulted in multiple turnovers by both teams here in the second quarter.
Yeah, about 100 seconds in, no points yet, and yet another giveaway as Proper comes away with the rock. She'll push it across the timeline, swing it here near side. Now an open shooter, and just too pumped up. Seen a few air balls from long range, the latest there was Smith. And now Boughton, Ella, end to end.
And that's that get out and run like you talked about earlier. Got a rebound. She went coast to coast with the ball and finished on the left side.
And I know Coach Tim so high on this young lady heading into the season. Here she is securing a defensive board. Got huge promise though. That one too tall for Carpenter. It's going to lead to a mid-range J. Proper can't hit it, back iron. But it's knocked out of bounds by the Freddies. We'll stay down here on this end.
Take a look at that again. Tough call. Both ladies went for it at the same time. Can't really tell whose hand hit it when or last.
Quick trigger from the wing. And now Jill with the rebound. Hands off here to Kit. Carpenter has it poked away. Tight defense being played here by Smith. Now here's Callie. Hesitation move, and she's going to be called for the travel.
It's a great move by Callie. Just took one too many steps, shuffled that pivot foot as she tried to take off.
Just about 3 minutes gone by here in quarter number 2. I want to say what's up to Tanner and everybody out there watching on Facebook and YouTube. And please do drop us some lines. Talk to us throughout the course of the game. Great to get that back and forth going. As that's Bellman. Bit too strong, but Carpenter working inside. Offensive board. She'll head to the free throw stripe for a couple.
Great job there by Callie to step around the Lady Blue Devil, grab the rebound, and go up strong with it to get fouled.
Awesome effort by the KMAC leading scorer. Should be searching for point number 9 on her second attempt here. And that'll break the tie. Stotts mishandles it, now has to chase down the basketball. Freddies doing a nice job of moving the zone. They lose Stotts, though, momentarily. And on the interior, big putback sent home by Ella Proper.
And that's just a great offensive rebound. She went up strong with Jill Boughton, and she came down with it, and then there was nobody to step in front of her after that.
Boughton had a post away. How about these fast hands, active hands on the perimeter for Danville? We've seen quite a few balls just knocked right out of the palms here at Fredericktown.
Yeah, they're just kind of catching it, hold it in front of them, not getting triple threat, not being strong with it. Danville is able to reach in and poke it free whenever they want to, and it's led to multiple turnovers so far for the Lady Freddies.
Let's give a lot of credit to their head coach, Matt Proper. Been doing it for a long time over there and enjoying a lot of success. Though not on this possession. Bellman stepped in. So the Freddies looking to get on the run. Ella, backside. Callie with the step through. Collects her own miss. And she's going to get fouled on the floor. And just a plethora of turnovers here in the early going. We got 17 combined here. 9 for Danville, 8 for Fredericktown.
And it's these teams rushing. They're forcing entry passes. They know what defense each other is running. It's not going to change in the game. They're trying to force entry passes into the post, which you can't do against the zone. You're going to have somebody step in as Bryant's unable to convert on that layup, but there's Carpenter again with another rebound.
Now Ella swings it. Here's Kit from the corner. Another second chance opportunity here. But it's thrown away. Intercepted and racing the other way. It's Grace Gromberg who absorbs the contacts. Boughton thought perhaps she played some clean defense there on the drive. Take another look on the Killbuck Savings Bank replay.
And that is great defense there by Ella. Callie kind of stopped her with her shoulder.
And it won't go down as a shooting foul. So we'll have to inbound, but it's a great out-of-bounds play ending in the hands of Proper.
Coach Matt Proper drew up a great play there. I didn't hear what he called, but it worked to perfection.
Fredericktown's had a lot of success with the skip passes. Now from the high post, dribbling in too much traffic there is Bryant. Almost turned it over. And now Carpenter. Lost the handle, might have got away with a travel. Coach Proper certainly thought so. Ooh, and laying out there. Ella Boughton cannot save it. Excuse me, that's Jill.
And you're going to see Gracie check back in. I think that'll really help calm the offense down. As soon as she checked out, they sped themselves up. They started committing turnovers. Maybe she can come in, kind of slow everything down and get them back in the rhythm that they were in before she checked out of the game.
A little bit of a tough spot here for Coach Tim you probably want to monitor her minutes. It's her first actual game action returning here, but at the same time, she looks so good out there. She's creating chaos up at the top of that zone.
Her hands are active. She's playing great defense. As you see, Ella get a steal there, throws it away while trying to get it to Kid. Ella gets another steal.
Wow. And now here's Boughton. Getting fouled, reach in there on the near sideline by Stotts. And that'll be team foul, I believe, number 6 against Danville. Make it number 5, so they've still got one more to give before Fredericktown's in the bonus.
Maya Bryant's going to get a very short breather before she checks back in for Jill Boughton.
Here's from the high post. Tough pass inside, tipped away. Trying to thread the needle inside to Sipes.
Maya Bryant definitely has a size advantage there to throw that pass. Maybe just has to read that a little bit quicker and get it to her as she cuts instead of before she gets to the cut.
Gromberg with the bump right here. Sent Sipes down to the ground, but it's a big effort play there. We've seen her on this near side wing about 3 different times poke it away from the offensive player, so you gotta love what she's bringing to the table, though she's gonna have to check out now. I think that's foul number 2 on her.
Just the heart that they're showing defensively has been huge as Ella Boughton's gonna hoist the 3 ball and knock it down from the corner.
Pretty play by the freshman, setting up the defender, lost her. Was able to stroke that thing beautifully, knocked it down from the perimeter. Back the other way we go. Quick match, though, as Mickley knocks down the open J.
Right back to back and forth action.
So it's 23-21. Sipes with an opportunity to tie it here. She's heading to the charity stripe. And just looks like she's playing with so much joy out there on her return to the basketball floor.
And she's not showing any signs of hurting, any signs of pain. It's pure adrenaline for her at this point. We don't know how she's going to feel after the game or even tomorrow. But right now in this time, as she knocks down the free throw, she doesn't feel anything. She's just happy to be back on the court.
Yeah, almost 2 months removed from getting to full service action. And she calmly knocks down the pair, so it's 23 apiece. Sub 90 seconds to go here in the opening half. KMACtion going down here at the Freddie Nest. A couple of teams trying to end some short losing streaks. Fredericktown has not tasted a W in their last 3, but playing some great defense here. And guess who, number 10, making it happen from the top.
Great job, ball pressure, doesn't let the pass freely get to somebody. She's in their face, and it forces a turnover. I mean, it's great defense by both teams so far.
Lester, beautiful feed, bout in 2, beating her defender to the spot.
And that's that pass that we've seen the first quarter. You know, they get it to the wing, they skip pass, or they throw it to an elbow, and it gets an open layup because that person down low is watching where the ball is at instead of the person that's on their backside.
Gracie Sipes. I think that's her 4th still already here in this opening half. What a difference maker she's become, and pretty much what we expected, I think, here from the senior in the return to the mix.
Doing everything she needs to do. They're in a 1-on-1 situation now, so she's going to step to the line with 48 seconds left with a chance to extend this lead.
So Jill Boughton checking back in. Kid's sister makes an exit here with 48.8 showing on the clock here. As the front end rattles off, but a big rebound inside. Boy, Fredericktown's really been crashing the glass well. Jump ball is going to be the call, though, as Proper came over and got a couple of mitts on it.
And, I mean, looking at the rosters, we see, you know, the Lady Freddies do have the height and the size advantage here, and they are definitely taking advantage of it so far here tonight.
Off the out-of-bounds play, they set up Sipes back iron. Another jump ball, so this will favor Danville.
You heard Coach Tim all the way up here in the nest where we're at, yelling for a timeout. Officials must not have heard him. It's going to be a turnover.
See if the Lady Devils try to hold for the final shot here as we're under 25 seconds to go. Appears that they're just trying to get the best look they can. But it's Grace Sipes again, still number 5 and cashing it in at the other end. Big play.
Huge swing of points right there by Gracie Sipes to get the steal and the finish.
Proper wild shot. Banks are open this time of day on a Saturday. And that one just short, as that takes us to the close here of 2 exciting quarters of play inside the Freddies Nest. It's 27-25, home team on top with the return of Grace Sipes, paying off some big dividends. Stick around. We'll be back with our Park National Bank halftime show that'll include stats, analysis, and whatever else we can get into. Keep some comments flowing in. We'll read those at halftime as well, and we'll be back.
playoff time, baby. Games, snacks, drinks. I mean, what else can you ask for, bro? Really?
Hey, pass me a Pepsi.
I mean, can you drink any louder?
That's how I drink.
Loud like
I
that?
drink loud. I like to enjoy it.
Toss me some Lay's.
Did you eat any louder?
It's normal to eat loud. Drinking loud makes no sense. Peyton, Eli, road trip to the Super Bowl. Hard pass. Playoffs are on. You're paying for that door, by the way. I got a bus. The bus has got a bus. Let's go.
Can we go see the bus?
What up, Eli?
Mr. Cruz, I miss you, buddy.
I miss you too, man. Super Bowl, baby. Let's go.
We're not going. I'm going to get more chips and drinks. Do not leave this room.
I got you. I got you.
Whoa.
Super Bowl, here we go.
Are you kidding me?
Technically, I didn't leave the room.
I'm calling Mom after I finish these chips.
How much longer? You drive weird.
Bus, are we there yet?
No.
Hey, Bus, we gotta pull over for some more chips and drinks.
Oh, you got it.
Hey, guys, look what I found.
Bradshaw?
Hey guys, got room for one more? Got Doritos, got Mountain Dew.
Well, do we really want to bring him? It might start to feel crowded. I mean, maybe if he had a little,
Oh, please don't.
you know,
Don't say it.
salsa.
I love me some salsa.
All right, I got an idea. We got one seat left, and it's special just for you.
Let's do it. This is like a convertible, except a whole lot better.
Good for you, you're happy and healthy, not me, if you ever cared to ask. Good for you, you're doing great, I without me, baby, God, I wish that I could do that.
I lost my mind like Santa Claus, crying on the floor.
It does kind of open things up a little bit.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
But enough about me. Let's start the show. Starring me.
Hop in the car, watch it go vroom, vroom. I told her mom that I blow soon, soon. Know as a child, back in the womb. Oh, told her step back, I need my room, room. Hop in the car, watch it go vroom. I'm in a whip, so I gotta zoom. They tryna talk, they not in the room. I've been so real, I'm down to the tomb. They in the way.
Coffee light on the soy milk and gently stirred. Don't forget the sugar this time either.
I'm doing fine. Don't see the vision, they looking so blind. I hit my lawyer, don't got the time. Crossing my T's and he dying.
You're watching live and free KMACtion here on a Saturday afternoon. Thanks to these generous sponsors. How about Mike's Fredericktown Marathon Towing and Repair, a full gas station serving breakfast and lunch. Mike's also offers 24-hour towing and full-service automotive repair. Park National Bank, where you need more. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community. The Killbuck Savings Bank, community banking, it's what we do. It's who we are every single day. And by Frito Lay. We are driven and inspired by our purpose, food that matters for life's moments. Stay with us. We'll be back in a jiffy. Halftime stats and your second half action on the way from Fredericktown. Welcome inside of the halftime show presented by Park National Bank, where we've got a great game going here at the break. Fredericktown leads Danville 27-25 in KMAC action. I'm Brian Skronsky. Joshua Banks is joining me, and we were just talking there off the record here, just me and you, and we both feel like kind of Gracie Sipes is the difference in this game. 9 points, 5 steals, 4, but it's more than that, just that senior veteran calm and leadership.
Yeah, it's just her ability to calm the team down. Both teams played a great first quarter, a lot of back and forth action, not very many turnovers. Second quarter rolled around, and I feel like we sat here for the first 4 minutes, and it was a turnover every possession, and that's when she was on the bench. She comes back into the game. From the time she steps back on the floor in the second quarter to the end of the second quarter, they have 1 turnover and now a 2-point lead. So she just kind of allows them to slow down. They get into the offense they're supposed to get into, and she doesn't run as much. She doesn't force passes as much.
Here are the halftime stats brought to you by Park National Bank, and you mentioned the turnovers. There's a lot of them in this game, so it was a little bit sloppy at times. The aggressive defense by Danville, though, kind of forcing Fredericktown to speed things up at times. And then on the other side of things, the Freddies with that trap that they were able to produce. Both sides doing a nice job defensively, where I felt like at least half the turnovers were good defense and not just sloppy O.
Yeah, majority of the turnovers we did see there, of the 28 that there were, I'd say more than half were, great defense. The zone is hard to pass the ball into the paint, and these teams want to feed the ball down low to Jalen Workman, to Jill Boughton, to Ella Boughton. They want to work their bigs, and you can't do that against the zone because that middle defender is going to step over, they're going to knock it loose, and you're going to have a turnover every time.
Danville was able to pull the trigger and successfully knock down a trifecta of threes in that first half. So we'll see if they're able to kind of continue that and get some more value out of the offensive end by lighting it up from the land of free. It will, however, be Fredericktown ball to open things up as Sipes inbounds, and she'll circle around back here of Carpenter running the show. So working back into Callie, wanted to thread it into the high post as they got Sipes now running the baseline. Gracie dumps it inside, Boughton with the kick out. And now Carpenter, boy, she just gets so skinny and low to the ground when she goes through the lane. She's a tough matchup.
And for being a sophomore, to have that basketball IQ and know that if I get low and I get skinny, I can get through these defenders and get a layup, you can't ask for more. As Proper's going to hoist the 3-ball and knock it down. You were just talking about it, and they come out and do it on their first shot, a 3-ball by Ella Proper.
And that was your key to the game here for Danville, was to light it up from downtown. So far, they've got a 4-2 advantage right now over the opponent as they pull within 1 here. But the Freddies, an opportunity to extend the lead. Boughton had it poked away backside, so Danville out and running. Here's a 2-on-2. And the long 2 finds its home. Nice jump shot there from Smith.
Yeah, Ashley Smith, Jalen Smith shooting the ball very, very well so far this afternoon, as she's got 7.
That's Hess. Big acceleration, knocked out of bounds. So the Freddies will get it back in play in front of their own bench. Boughton with a quick pass inside to Callie, who steps through, and she's got 4 points here in the early going for the Freddies in this third quarter.
Working the post, not the biggest player on the floor, but not afraid to do the dirty work inside.
That one tipped, nearly got away, and now it will from Proper as it's out of bounds, and it goes down as their 16th turnover.
And that's a number that they're really going to have to try to cut here in the second half if they want to make a more of a run to build a lead or gain a lead here in this basketball game.
Not a good pass. Sipes going to bail her out. Getting possession back here for Fredericktown. And Grace thought that was tipped away. The official feels like she just lost the hand. We'll take a second look on the Killbuck Savings Bank replay. Definitely a reach in there, but was there any contact with the ball from Smith? Referee all over it says there was not.
Great defense by Jalen Smith there on Sipes as she tries to get to the corner.
Left-handed three ball, all air there from Stotts.
And that's a forced shot by Stotts. I mean, you just got the ball down the floor. Get yourself into your offense and get those open shots that you've been getting so far all afternoon.
Here's Boughton. Comes back here near side. A lot of bodies bunched up over on this end for Fredericktown. So Callie dribbles her way out of the corner and sets up Sipes. Hesitation move, short corner. Danville really packing it inside right now. As Sipes goes to work, showing a decent post presence. Came up short though on the shot offering. But she rebounds to get to the other end, and she makes a defensive play.
You can't ask for much more out of your seniors. I mean, as we're going to have a foul and Workman on this end. Can't make the shot here, hustles back, gets the rebound, pushes the floor, and now they're going to have the ball out of bounds.
Going to get a substitution here for the Freddies as Maya Bryant is going to spell out the freshman, Ella Boughton.
Freshman for freshman. This Lady Freddies team has a lot of freshmen on their roster, and they are all very, very talented.
Yeah, such a bright future, of course, with Sipes being the only senior that they're going to be losing due to graduation. And she lost the handle here. Referee felt as though Gracie got bumped on the body on her way. Second look. And the foul is going to go against Jalen Smith.
And that's that aggressive defense we were talking about. They want to force the turnover. Sometimes that leads to a foul, an and one opportunity. Play aggressive defense, but maybe not so handsy.
Off the inbound, here Sipes from the corner. Gets a screen. Nice slip by Carpenter. And boy, she steps through traffic really effortlessly, but one of the best players in the area at doing so.
I don't think I've ever seen a high school girl do it as well as Callie Carpenter does.
And now Sipes called for the foul here. And she is going to send Proper to the line for a couple. Ella Proper, the 5'7" junior, having a great season so far. Leading scorer on the Danville roster. And she'll add to her totals right here, trimming the deficit down to 2. Pair of changes made to the Danville lineup now, as Gromberg checking in for the first time in the second half along with Mickley.
I'll tell you what, we're 4 minutes into the third quarter, and those were Danville's first 2 free throw opportunities of the game.
They make good on both as we'll get a timeout on the floor. Going to be a full timeout taken by Danville and head coach Matt Proper. Talking things over with this team and a squad that went all the way to the regionals a season ago. looking for more success this season, and while it hasn't been the regular season I feel like the Blue Devils had hoped that they would have up to this point, the second half in the tournament is really what's important and what's on their plate right now, Joshua. So I think this could be one of those kind of tipping point games for either of these teams. Not that the loser is going to drop off, but in terms of elevating and going to the next level with your confidence as you get to the final couple of weeks before the tournament draw goes down, this is kind of a key game, I think.
Well, and I tell you what, watching both these teams play, I would be nervous to draw them in the tournament because they're both very talented. Neither one of them is at 100%. So I would love to see these two teams play at a fully 100% roster. That would be an amazing game. And they are probably both top 4 in the KMAC if they're healthy.
Yeah, certainly the loss of Sipes right before the beginning of the regular season has played huge detriment for them on their season. I mean, what a lift she's given. Hasn't scored here in the third quarter, but her value goes far beyond just her offensive productivity. Leading the team so far in swipes, got 5 steals. And here she is running the offense as Danville coming out with some full court pressure. And I think that this is a great idea for them, given some of the immaturity of the ball handlers, though Ella Boughton, the freshman, gets fouled here.
Yeah, we're going to take another look at it. It's good defense by Gromberg, maybe a little with the off arm there and not letting Ella get past her. But, yeah, I think it's a great idea to press them. You've got multiple freshmen and sophomore bringing the ball up the floor. Kind of avoid the ball getting to Sipes. You're going to have maybe some pressure that could happen.
Here's Gracie, beautiful cut and an even better entry pass, I think, by Callie.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Beautiful backdoor cut, great pass by Carpenter.
Now here's a tip. Carpenter sends it ahead. Here's Sipes. Too strong that time off the square, and then Callie bullies her way in. She's going to pick up a personal, be the second on the Freddies here in the second half. And for Gracie Sipes, that'll come with time, being able to finish those off. Simple layup for her. Just the engine really roaring there, going pretty quick.
That's that adrenaline going. She's ready to go. She wants to go as she gets another steal, almost steal there. Forces the jump ball. It's going to stay with the Lady Blue Devils, but that's just that aggressiveness that she has.
And both her and Carpenter up top here on the zone. They're doing a really nice job of somewhat baiting Danville into making those throws because their acceleration to jump into the passing lane has been extraordinary. Most of the turnovers have been created in that manner, but they're able to work it through inside for Workman here.
Great feed, great finish by Workman.
Just a 1-point game as we're just a shade over 3 minutes remaining here in quarter number 3. Oh, great execution. Nice find, and Ella Boughton sends it home.
Not something that normally works against the zone is a screen, but they set a perfect screen by Bryant, and that defender does not step up with Ella, and she gets a wide open layup, and the find by Gracie Sipes. Who else?
3 in the key is the call against Danville, so they'll have turnover number 20 now. It's a big number.
It's a very big number, especially with the very clean first quarter that they had.
Crossover here by Sipes, gets bumped, no call. Thought there was definitely a lot of contact there from Hess.
Something that could have been called, but like we talked about, you know, these officials are kind of letting the girls play, letting things go.
Here's a Workman inside. That one, couple of knocks off the rim, able to collect her own miss. Now they'll swing it side to side.
Both teams really looking for that corner 3. They got their best shooter running the baseline to get open for 3.
And they'll get one here from Hess. Not this time. Securing another offensive board, though, is Smith. So it's the third opportunity at this end, and it pays off with Proper, a little runner.
Great floater there by Proper, the crossover to get her the open lane, and then flicked it up over top of the taller Boughton.
She's the first Lady Devil into double figures, scoring 11 points now. As Carpenter calls for the screen. Now Sipes, baseline, it opened up for her. drew a crowd. Now Boughton, same thing, not enough juice behind the pass, picked off by Workman. Here's Jalen, end to end, and she just gets barreled through. Down in a little bit of pain. And Workman's up and headed to the free throw line.
Great hustle here by Workman to get down the floor. Bryant does a great job getting back, just gets her with the hip a little bit, doesn't quite get out in front of her.
Here's Jalen, who is our player spotlight today. An opportunity to tie things up on our Mike's Marathon Towing and Repair scoreboard. This is what she's been able to do so far this season, in the top 5 in both points and rebounding. She's a tough-nosed player. Plays some great, solid defense in the interior as well for Danville.
And I tell you what, for not being the tallest player on the floor, she definitely plays above and beyond her size.
Jalen listed at 5'8". And she buries both to give the Devils their first lead here in the second half.
Free throw is a big thing. We talked about that before the game. They're shooting 67.8% on the season, 4 of 4 so far tonight. So those definitely numbers are proven to be true.
Ella Boughton going to bring the ball and set up the offense. Now dumped inside to her. And she makes a bad pass out of the double team, but Workman, again, working hard inside. She got a piece of it. And now Danville with a chance to stretch out this advantage.
Again, you'll see Jalen Smith and their other three-point shooter, which is Stats, going to run corner to corner here.
Tough shot through the lane. Came off the front iron there from Stats. Devils going to hang on to possession down at this end, though. 30 seconds remaining. And Kylie Hess, she's going to check in here.
She's been their sharpshooter so far tonight.
Hess has been quiet as of late. Did knock down a couple of first half trifectas. Inside out leads to Proper. Straight away, excellent execution.
And their 5th trifecta of the afternoon.
Now Sipes getting rode down the floor. Draws team foul number 4 here against Danville, and the Freddies will have a chance with an out-of-bounds play. 5 seconds, try to set something up and get a little bit closer before we head into money time.
I'm sure Coach Tim has something up his sleeve to get a wide-open layup. Most of these coaches in this situation, you've got that play where it's going to get you a layup or it's going to get you an open 3.
Oh, it's a step back from Callie. Bombs away, and that will take us into money time with the Freddies. Pulling within a point as we've got 8 minutes of regulation still to come here in this KMAC rivalry.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
It's 41-40 Danville on top, but thanks to this big three-pointer by Callie Carpenter right before the third quarter ended, It's just a 1-point game here as we have entered money time, and just a great stack out of bounds play by the Freddies and an even better individual effort there by Callie. I got Josh Banks with me. My name is Brian Skorotsky. Fourth quarter action just about set to start here, and Fredericktown's going to have the rock first. It's been a great back and forth affair. I believe the largest lead for either side was only 5 or 6, so it's been a tightly contested affair from the very jump.
And both teams doing a great job so far of doing what they want to do offensively. Danville knocking down the 3 ball. They've got 5 triples so far this afternoon.
Look at the ball movement. Won't end in points, though, as Hess misfired from point-blank range. And Danville fans really frustrated with this call as it's going against Workman.
That's going to be her 3rd. Maybe not too much to worry about. We're 7:30 to go in the fourth quarter. She's still got 2 to go, but with the aggressive defense that they play, that could be a concern.
Yeah, Blue Devil Nation certainly thought that she had a good chunk of the basketball and it should have been a jump. Ooh, but they get away with an over and back right there, so sometimes the sports gods, they'll shine some lights on you when there's some injustice out there, as that is good for 2 inside with Jalen Workman.
Great feed from Hess from the corner. She's seen Workman cutting. Workman got the ball, went up and finished strong with the right hand, something she's been doing all afternoon. But Ella Boughton does the exact same thing on the other hand, right down Main Street.
Yeah, the lane opens up, and the freshman knew exactly where to go with it. She's having a solid game. That puts her in double figures with 11 now. As 3 Lady Freddies with 10 or more points in the game, and that's pretty much been the offense so far. Boughton along with Sipes, and of course Callie Carpenter, who's got a game-high 18, but Hess starting to get back into the equation here offensively. That's her 3rd trifecta of the evening.
They're 6th. They're up by 4 now, and it's largely because of their ability to knock it down from long range.
Boughton surveys, now dribbles out to the wing. And here's Sipes off the attack. Left-handed pass out. Carpenter spins, turns. Oh, get out of here. Callie Carpenter with that step through. I mean, she needs to patent that.
There's NBA players that don't do it as good as she does.
I mean, that is a thing of beauty. Look at all the blue jerseys surrounding number 11, 4 of them to be precise. And she's able to get a little head fake and then doesn't ever travel either when she has that beautiful step through in traffic. 2 big points and a chance to cut it down to just a 1-point deficit.
21 points so far this afternoon for Callie Carpenter, and I don't think she's done yet, Brian.
Now that's 7 above her season average, which is the best in the KMAC, so those numbers certainly going to be swelling after a big performance this afternoon, and got her team within striking distance here, of course, of Danville. Proper gets that one to funnel through, and now she's going to get up and apply some pressure. Bellman just had it ripped right away. Gromberg's done that on numerous occasions.
She does a great job of using her body and her strength to get in front of somebody as they're going to find Workman down low. She can't finish.
And Blue Devil Nation thought she might have got fouled there by Bellman. Let's take a second look here. It's hard to tell if there was contact or not on the right arm, but we know Jalen to be pretty solid once she gets in the interior, so maybe a little bump threw her off.
Again, something the officials have really done a good job of kind of letting go tonight, letting them play through it. Play through contact is what they're letting them do today.
Oh, here's the tip there. Fredericktown with Arnett getting a piece of it. But the Freddies return it right back. It's almost like a shoplifter who felt guilty, like, okay, just walks right back in the store and returns it.
20 turnovers apiece now for both of these teams.
One of them is going to overcome a tough giveaway day and score a huge win. Here's Workman using both hands. Boughton didn't have to leave her feet. Jill, who leads the conference in block shots, adds another one right there. Nice two-lady game here on the near side. Danville won't get a shot in the lane, though, after all that great passing. Almost had an N1, but that one will not fall through for Grace. But Gromberg will have a chance to earn it here at the free throw stripe, where Danville's perfect so far on the afternoon.
Jill just a little bit too late stepping over to help. Had she been maybe a half second sooner, she could have got her hand up and affected that shot instead of slapping her on the arm for the foul.
Swish on the first. Makes it a two-possession game now. And she'll misfire on the second. Jill Boughton with a nice rebound, gives off to Ella. Down on the block, Carpenter with a fake, takes it to the rack. Might have forced that one a little bit.
The shots we've seen her make, though, that's kind of one she probably even herself expects to finish, getting to the hoop like that.
Here's Hess, quick trigger. Finds the back iron, and Ella inside. Clean block out. Defensive foul against Danville here, and it's going to lead to a 1-and-1 for the freshman. Key moment on the way.
And I believe that was on Gromberg trying to go over the top of Ella to get that ball. So that's actually going to be number 4 on her. You'll see her come to the bench here. Big free throws for the freshman.
If it becomes free throws, plural. Will not buy a chance at the second, but how about this? Oh, missed it right at point-blank range. She's probably good on about 90% of those.
Yeah, she's making that layup 9 out of 10 times.
Carpenter, pressure defense, nearly came away with another nice theft. And as things open up, taking advantage down the lane is Stotts.
She gets to her dominant side, that left side, and she's able to finish with it.
Brogan with her first 2 points here of the afternoon. And it's back out to the largest lead that we've had all game long. 6-point difference. Sipes changes it. Big bucket. Timeout taken by Coach Maseko. As there's still 3:07 remaining. And it's just two teams going back and forth. It's going to be the name of the game will be stops, I think, down the stretch here for Fredericktown.
Two teams that have been doing what they wanted to on the offensive end of the floor all night long. 20 turnovers apiece, but we still got a high-scoring girls basketball game. That tells you how good these two teams are offensively.
Yeah, they've had some excellent execution. Good inside-outside presence for Danville. Workman, she's been a monster in the interior. They've knocked down 6 threes. And then the 3 big players so far in this game offensively, of course, for Fredericktown. We talked about Carpenter with 21 to lead the way. Sipes back into the mix. She's got 13. And then 11 points for number 24, Ella Boughton, as well.
And you know what's really fun to think about? You look at this Fredericktown roster. Sipes has 13, which is great for her being a senior. Your leading scorer is a sophomore, and the girl right behind her is a freshman. And then you've got another freshman on the bench that's come in and gave very critical minutes with Maya Bryant. This team's got a lot of future ahead of them.
And great potential for a strong close to the 22-23 season here down the stretch. Danville trying to end a 2-game skid. Freddies have lost their last 3. Who will make the plays down the stretch necessary to get back on the win train? Gonna find out together right now. As Workman Gets it inside, and one opportunity. Monstrous hoop right there.
Uses her strength, gets through Jill Boughton, and finishes through contact. She's going to step to the line for one more.
Her last trip, she split the pair. And this time can't give her team the largest lead of the afternoon. So it remains at 6 with Carpenter surveying. Oh, and she premeditated that pass. Read perfectly by Workman. Hess thought about the transition 3. I almost liked it. It felt like it was coming with some momentum. And now Gracie Sipes knocks it out of bounds into the Danville bench.
Because now you pull that ball back out, you allow the Lady Freddies to get set up in their defense. That transition 3 is almost your best offensive opportunity.
And Hess, bad pass. Knocked away there by Bryant. Carpenter somehow, some way navigating through traffic. I mean, she's like Lewis and Clark out there. She gets into the lane and she just uncovers new territory that no one's been able to get to before in the same fashion. And now she's got 2 big free throws coming up.
In and out.
Tough miss there for Carpenter. And she rattles home the second. Coach Maseko going to take a TO. It'll just be a 30-second timeout.
We got a good 2:07 left in the fourth quarter for us. Who can get stopped? The Lady Freddies are going to have to pressure. I think they're going to have to almost go full court press at this point. If you're Danville and Coach Proper, you want to dribble as much of this clock out as you can. They're already trying to do that. But with the aggressiveness of Sipes and Carpenter, you're not really going to be able to dribble it out. They're going to force you to pass the ball. They're going to force a 5-second call, and it's likely going to turn into a turnover like it did on that last possession. So it should be really interesting to see what Coach Proper draws up. You know, do you get some more layups? Do you look for backdoor cuts? Do you try to score?
And if you're loving the KMACtion that you're taking in right now, we've got another game that's just about to tip off. Northmore at Cardington. That's a huge one in terms of the KMAC standings. And then we've also got Ridgedale at Mount Gilead, the gentlemen playing tonight. So 2 more opportunities to catch some live and free action exclusively here on the OH Report. So as Joshua said, here comes the full court press for Fredericktown, who still has 1 foul to give. Oh, and that's such a tough call. I don't like it when kids try to go straight up and they still earn the personal fouls, as the freshman Bryant did here. But she did leave her feet, so let me amend my comment. I thought she was able to keep it grounded.
And that's a tough call, I think, for these officials to make as well. You know, the way they've been calling this whole game, that's kind of something they've let slide. But here in the last, 2 minutes, do you tighten it up a little bit because you don't want to see? But then as an official, you don't want to control the game either.
Yeah, it's always a tough situation down the stretch. Do you swallow your whistle a little bit more or call it the way that you always have been? I think most fans would prefer you to kind of swallow the whistle, but that's not cool. You shouldn't do that either.
Call the way you've been calling the whole game. Don't change nothing.
So Mickley with the misfire there. Gives Fredericktown a big opening. Carpenter can't send that one through. But Ella Boughton collects it. Deep 2, halfway home again. And a jump ball.
Got 2 great looks from 2 of your better shooters, just unable to knock them down. I mean, you can't ask for anything more if you're the Lady Freddies.
Possession arrow favors Danville. So here they come. 6-point cushion. Oh, and now there is a travel, switching the pivot foot. So Smith gives it back over to the Freddies. Check it one more time. Right there. If she would have just kept that left foot down, she would have been okay.
She could have dribbled, too. She never took a dribble after she caught it. When she realized she was slipping, take a dribble. The Lady Freddies are going to turn it right back over, though.
And that's been their 2 stars so far of the game there. Sipes off target with the pass. Carpenter couldn't handle it. And now Coach Proper going to take a TO. Believe they'll have 2 left after he spends this one.
And right there, when she realized that she was going to have to change pivot foot, take a dribble. Then you can go right back to where you were, come triple threat, feed the middle where they've been trying to get it to all game to break that pressure since they started doing it, or just kind of regather your composure.
So Fredericktown at this juncture in the game now, no more fouls to give in just $122. You probably got to start making this a free throw contest down the stretch and going for a quick steal. Maybe allow 10 seconds to come off, looking for a trap and a deflection. But other than that, I do think you need to perhaps try to extend this game as long as you can and force Danville to earn it at the charity stripe.
I think the concern you have to have, though, if you're Coach Tim over there, is Danville shoots almost 68% from the free throw line.
Yeah, best in the league.
So it's a give and take there. Do you put them on the stripe and take a chance with the best free throw team shooting in the league that they're going to miss, which they've missed their last 2? Or, do you run this press? Do you force the steal? Because it's not going to take long for a turnover to happen, I don't think, if you're the Lady Freddies with the press that you run. You're going to get a quick turnover. You just have to convert once you get it.
Freddies with a 1-2-1-1. Of course, they're going to trap all over the floor, and they set it up beautifully. And Coach Proper recognized that. Boy, he got that timeout just before the ball left the hands here, as you're going to watch on the replay of Smith. Just awarded before.
5 seconds ran off the clock there before they almost forced that turnover. I mean, I think you're right. I think 10 to 15 seconds is about all you want to give. But I don't know. That's why I'm up here and not down there coaching the game, is in this situation, I don't even know what I would do.
So we'll see what Coach Tim elects to do defensively here. Obviously, they've been so good at getting in the passing lane and forcing tips and deflections and getting out and running that you got to give your kids at least 5-10 seconds here to try to make something happen.
Well, and they bait the pass so well.
Big kick and a great catch by the fan up there in the Carhartt jacket. Check this out.
The kick and the hands.
So they'll get it into Hess. Looking forward. She's got Workman all alone. Jalen a couple dribbles, but a swat.
The hustle by Jill Boughton to get from one end of the floor to the other and swat that with the left hand.
She's the best blocker in the league and definitely for the highlight reel right there. Now Workman coming off the screen, reverses it back to Proper, and now they will foul with Jill sending Proper to the line here for a 1-and-1, and that's just team foul number 7, so they'll have 3 more opportunities here to force them to earn it. Man, big block.
Great hustle. Great hustle there by Boughton. I think Coach wanted them to foul Workman because she's kind of been struggling. Proper's probably not the person you want to put on the line in this situation.
And that's why Ella's able to cash in the first buying her one more opportunity here. And the Freddies definitely now in danger zone. As the analytics would probably say, Blue Devils are going to escape here with a big win.
And a season sweep.
So the shots, they got to come up quickly, but you want to get decent shots. That's a great look from Carpenter. And now Hess fouled immediately, so that's okay. You don't get the steal for Fredericktown. Send Hess down to the other end. Just try to extend this thing, and on the other side of the equation for Kylie, you can deliver a nice big nail into the coffin here if you're able to deliver 2 for 2.
I mean, if you go 2 for 2 here, if you're Kylie Hess, it's almost a knockout punch.
Check mark on the first.
Calm, cool, and collected.
So after she splits, Sipes only taking a few seconds off the clock, so still 40.4 showing. And she has an opportunity here to trim it down to a 5-point margin.
Taking the contact, going to the line. That's going to be the 5th on Grace Groundberg.
And her fouls came all aggressively playing good defense. Thought she was definitely a standout down at this end of the floor for Danville as the senior barely able to get that one to drop through.
Shooter's touch.
But the second one comes up short. So still a 6-point game. And they got to get it across the timeline in 2 seconds. Jalen Workman just does great feed, and that basically will do it.
Mickley catch and finish to finish this game.
Gives her 9 points here on the afternoon, and the Freddies coming undone here in the final seconds. But not giving up here, Sipes inside. And she's going to shoot 2. That's going to be team foul number 10 on Danville. Much to the chagrin here of Jalen Smith.
It's not a foul you want to commit if you're Jalen Smith. I mean, I know you're up 8 with 9.5 seconds left, but you don't want to let the team go to the line, get potentially 2 more points, and then be able to put their press right back on you.
Again, Sipes just 1 for 2 on her free throws. So Fredericktown off the tie-up. They're going to get possession back. They would have to knock down a bomb basically instantly here. Ella's got to recognize that. She'll at least get up a shot and collect it. And she'll go to the line with 0.5 seconds left. And at this point, just trying to pad the stats a little bit, make the numbers a bit more inflated. And I guess work on some in-game free throw shooting.
Knock them down, calm your nerves a little bit. It's been a great game by these young lady Freddies, too. I mean, this has been a fun game back and forth either way.
Just not going to be enough for Ella and company. Though she's had a nice scoring game this afternoon. Looking for a baker's dozen right here with a make. But it is going to be the Blue Devils securing a season sweep as they win 59-54 behind a nice performance from Ella Proper, 18 points. We're going to get here for an MVP interview coming up after the break, along with stats, analysis, and more. So make sure that you keep it here. The Park National Bank Postgame Show will return right after this.
playoff time, baby. Games, snacks, drinks. I mean, what else can you ask for, bro? Really?
Hey, pass me a Pepsi.
I mean, can you drink any louder?
That's how I drink.
Loud like
I
that?
drink loud. I like to enjoy it.
Toss me some Lays.
Did you eat any louder?
It's normal to eat loud. Drinking loud makes no sense.
Peyton, Eli, road trip to the Super Bowl.
Hard pass. Playoffs are on. You're paying for that door, by the way.
I got a bus. The bus has got a bus. Let's go.
Can we go see the bus?
What up, Eli?
Mr. Cruz, I miss you, buddy.
I miss you too, man. Super Bowl, baby. Let's go.
We're not going. I'm going to get more chips and drinks. Do not leave this room.
I got you. I got you.
Whoa. Super Bowl, here we go.
Are you kidding me?
Technically, I didn't leave the room.
I'm calling Mom after I finish these chips.
How much longer? You drive weird.
Bus, are we there yet?
No. Hey, Bus, we got to pull over for some more chips and drinks.
Oh, you got it.
Hey, guys, look what I found.
Bradshaw?
Hey, guys, got room for one more? Got Doritos? Got Mountain Dew.
Well, do we really want to bring him? It might start to feel crowded. I mean, maybe if he had a little,
Oh, please don't.
you know,
Don't say it.
salsa.
I love me some salsa.
All right, I got an idea. We got one seat left, and it's special just for you.
Let's do it. This is like a convertible, except a whole lot better.
Good for you, you're happy and healthy, not me. If you ever cared to ask. Good for you, you're doing good enough without me, baby. God, I wish that I could do that.
I lost my mind like Mr. Knox, crying on the floor.
It does kind of open things up a little bit.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
But enough about me. Let's start the show. Starring me.
Hop in the car, watch it go vroom, vroom. I told her mom that I was soon. Knew as a child back in the womb. Oh, told her step back, I need my room. Hop in the car, watch it go vroom. I'm in a whip, so I gotta zoom. They tryna talk, they not in the room. I've been so real, I'm dead to the tomb. They in the way.
Coffee light on the soy milk and gently stirred.
Don't forget the sugar this time either.
I'm doing fine. Don't see the vision, they looking so blind. I hit my lawyer, don't got the time. Crossing my T's and he dying.
We return now with the Mike's Marathon Towing and Repair Player of the Game. I've got Ella Proper joining me right now, and you just cap off a season sweep of one of your rivals. So let's start there and how good it feels to not just beat them once, but twice, and right here on their home surface.
Yeah, it feels good, especially when you come in and beat them on their home floor, because usually people play better at home. And so sometimes when they play away, it's like, okay, we got to win. But when you come into their gym, it feels way better to win.
And for you girls, you were coming off of a 2-game slide, so you get back to the winning ways. How do you feel like that kind of impacts the team and just overall the feeling and the mood when you're in the locker room and now moving forward to the weekend?
I think it always feels better. Like, say we had a 2-game loss. Once we win, we feel like, okay, we're better now. Like, we always get a little bit down on ourselves when we lose, but once the next day, we're usually good. But once we get a win, it actually feels pretty good.
Yeah, no question. And you get to leave here, obviously, with a nice win and looking forward to the rest of the KMAC season and then getting pretty close to tournament draw now for the girls. What are you guys really looking to improve, or where do you feel like you can get better to know that you're heading into the tournament wanting to get back to that regional where you won a season ago?
We need to be more consistent because one game we'll beat them by 15 and the next we come out and it's like last second shots, free throws is what's going to win it for us. Good thing we're a good free throw shooting team, but sometimes I think we just need to come out. We come out strong the first 4 minutes and then we kind of slouch, and then third quarter we come out for like 4 minutes good, and then kind of fourth quarter we're like, oh crap, we better put it into gear because we're too close right now.
And for you as one of the leaders of the team, as a junior and, of course, the coach's kid, how much kind of falls on your shoulders to make sure that hitting all those key check marks is something that you guys are going to go after and attain?
I always feel like pushing people to be their best. Sometimes people need a little bit like, hey, you got this if they miss a shot. And so I feel like I'm always the one that tries to like, hey, good job, you got it. Oh, hey, slide over a little bit more on help side. Just those types of things.
And then break down your performance for me individually a little bit today. You had 19 points. That was a team high. You knocked down a couple of big free throws at the end. Evaluate yourself and how you think that it went overall for you.
Today was probably a better game for me than the last two because I was hitting my free throws, which for Cardington I missed 2 big ones. So it made me feel pretty good to hit those ones to kind of like seal the deal with our free throws. So.
Well, congratulations. Another big performance for you. You've been leading the way for the Blue Devils all season long, and now's your chance. If you want to thank anybody, give any shout-outs, look into that camera and let them know.
I want to shout out to my team because they pushed me to be my best, and my coach, which is my dad, because he always pushed me to do great things.
All right, Ella Proper, our MVP, brought to you by Mike's Marathon and Towing. Thank you for the time, and tell me, how are you going to celebrate this Saturday afternoon and evening now? You got plenty of time. What are you going to get into?
Probably go to the boys' game tonight.
Hey, you got to love that, supporting the boys as they've done for you. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with our Park National Bank postgame. It's right along the way.
But enough about me. Let's start the show. Starring me.
Hop in the car, watch it go vroom, vroom. I told her mom that I was soon. Know as a child, back in the womb. Oh, told her step back, I need my room. Hop in the car, watch it go vroom. I'm in a whip, so I gotta zoom. They tryna talk, they not in the room. I've been so real, I'm dead to the tomb. They in the way.
Coffee light on the soy milk and gently stirred. Don't forget the sugar this time either.
I'm doing fine. Don't see the vision, they looking so blind. I hit my lawyer, don't got the time. Crossing my T's and he died.
Welcome inside of the Park National Bank post-game show where it's Danville completing a season sweep today at Fredericktown. A nice win for them, ending a 2-game skid. I'm Brian. Josh is joining me, and this was definitely a really exciting game. You know, just a 5-point difference here, and the biggest margin of the evening or afternoon, whatever you want to say, didn't open up until the end. So both of these teams, they're young, they battled, and we got a lot of offense. Just overall, it was a pretty fun game to be a part of.
Absolutely. This game was an absolute blast. KMACtion always brings us a lot of fun no matter where it's at or who we're covering. I'm excited for these two teams come tournament time. They're going to be very dangerous and a lot of fun to watch. And luckily enough, we'll get to follow them all tournament long. I mean, it's going to be special to watch these two young teams continue their season and where they can go from here.
Give me some quick thoughts now on Fredericktown. So now it's a 4-game skid for them. They've got just the 4 wins on the season. However, their senior leader, she's back, and she had a great performance today. I believe 6 or 7 steals for Grace Sipes, getting back into the mix, and then well into double-figure scoring. And it just felt like the energy and the overall belief in the team, it's pretty elevated when she's out on the floor.
Yeah, they're a totally different team when Grace Sipes is on the floor versus when she's not. I think my biggest takeaway from Fredericktown is they've got 3 phenomenal scorers. Callie Carpenter, Gracie Sipes, and Ella Boughton. They'll give you double figures every night. But as you're getting into the second half, the back half of your season, you're going to have to find 1 or 2 more people that can give you, even if it's just 5, 6, 7, 8 points here and there, to be able to take some of that pressure off of them 3, because you're not going to win very many basketball games when you've only got 3 players that can put it up and put it in the hole.
Yeah, we'll see if Jill Boughton or maybe Maya Bryan are able to step up their games as the season moves along and become that other scoring threat. All right, let's take a look at the final stats of the game presented by the Park National Bank. And you see field goals pretty even. 3-pointers, pretty much the difference in the game, Josh, and you talked about it before the competition, and you thought that could be a big factor. It truly was, with them having a 6-3 advantage.
Yeah, that's a 9-point swing on the scoreboard. They win the game by 5. They got plenty of open looks, and the biggest difference between the two, we see Fredericktown knock down 3 of them. Danville knocked them down more consistently. Both teams took probably the same amount of triples on the afternoon. Danville just a little bit better today. Now, tomorrow, that could change. I mean, it's high school basketball. It could swing one way or the other any given day. Today it was Danville's time to step up and knock the shot down, and they did it consistently this afternoon.
Yeah, foul shooting, of course, another difference maker. Both of them with 9 makes, but it took Fredericktown 16 attempts to get there, only 12 for Danville, the best shooting team in the KMAC when they get to the charity stripe. So final thoughts for Danville moving forward now as, I cannot wait to get my sweet tooth totally enamored with this great brownie mixture that I just got handed up here. And hey, good for all my crew for turning this down, but not for me. But what's kind of the icing on the cake for Danville moving forward? What would you say?
Continue to shoot the basketball. You showed today and you showed in your past several games that you can shoot the basketball. Don't be afraid to keep lighting it up. Ella Proper can shoot it from 3. Kylie Hess can shoot it from 3. Stotts can shoot it from 3. I seen her knock down a couple the other night when I was at Danville. Don't be afraid to shoot the basketball. Keep taking your shots. Keep hitting your shots. Jalen Workman's going to do what she can do down low. Trust yourself. Trust what Coach Proper tells you to do, and you'll be just fine the rest of the season.
Yeah, he was able to lead them to a district championship a season ago. We'll see. Hey, if they get hot at the right time, anything can happen. And certainly our MVP tonight, Coach's kid, she felt like they're starting to take the right steps in the positive direction.
Absolutely.
That is going to wrap up our coverage, though, here from the Freddie Nest. 59-54, your final score, with Danville coming out on top as they notch another KMAC win. And moving forward for them, it looks like they've got a tough game on the way against Northmore. And then for Fredericktown, going to have to go toe-to-toe inside of the Cub Cave against a really special player at Lucas.
Shelby Grover's back, and she's one of the best we're going to see all year. So that should be a fun game to watch. The Lady Freddies coming off a tough loss today, losing 4 in a row. How did they stop her? And winning probably the toughest place in the area to play in the Cub Cave.
Northmore right now is playing a big game on our channels if you want to check them out. Going toe-to-toe with Cardington. And then another game coming out tonight with Ridgedale on the road, I believe, taking on Mount Gilead?
Mount Gilead.
Mount Gilead. That's right. All right, everybody, thanks for watching here this afternoon. All the KMACtion that you want all season long on the girls and boys hardwood, exclusively here on the video partner of the KMAC, the OH Report. Got to give a shout out to our camera guy, Justin Wilson, our producer, Adam Thompson. I'm Brian Skronsky for Joshua Banks. Thanking you one more time for watching. Thanks all of our sponsors, and we'll see you again real soon. So long, everybody.